Hi, I'm Chris Jackson, and I'm a consumer lawyer in Indianapolis, and I represent a lot of borrowers who are in foreclosure, which means that the bank's trying to take their house for not paying their loans. But the problem is the people have made all their payments. And what we found out is happening is that there are computer screw-ups. The computer is, or whoever's inputting the information into the computer has miscoded something, and for some reason the computer thinks the person's behind. Well, there's a law that you need to be aware of. It's called the Real Estate Settlement and Procedures Law, and it's a federal law that gives you the right to write to your lender and say, what are you doing with my money? What are these expenses you're charging me? And you can ask them to correct the account and or explain what they're doing. Part of the reason this law is needed is because what the lenders send you on your monthly statement might necessarily not include everything that they're actually charging you for. So the only way you can actually find out what they're charging you for is to request an actual account history from the lender. You're going to be meeting a client of mine in a few minutes, and they have been struggling with a computer error for over 7 years in trying to get this corrected with the bank. And I think you can see from his experience how important it is that you go ahead and you get the records that you're entitled to from the bank, and you review those documents to make sure you're not being charged for something that you're not supposed to be paying.
Over 7 years ago, I had to file bankruptcy because my mortgage company wouldn't believe me when I told them that I'd made all my payments. I brought in all the canceled checks, and they still refused to believe it. They finally tried to get the bankruptcy court to let them foreclose on my house, but when I showed the bankruptcy court judge all my checks, he threw out the case and wouldn't let them sue me. So the bank waited till after the bankruptcy was over, and they waited about a year, and then they foreclosed on my house again. This time, without the bankruptcy judge to help me, they wouldn't believe me I had my payments. They just said, look at our computer spread. It shows that you're 4 months behind, and they made me pay $7,000 in cash and added $10,000 to the principal of my mortgage to get current so that they wouldn't foreclose on my house. I tried to find an attorney, but I couldn't. And then finally out on the internet I found an attorney that specialized in mortgages, and they were able to look at my loan history and realize that the mortgage company had used the wrong date when they started tracking my mortgage. They were 3 months off, so actually I was always current with my mortgage, but they wouldn't believe me. It wasn't until I had the right attorney that I was able to try to get some progress on my case. And this has been going on for 7 years. My wife and I have been really upset, and it's been really hard on our entire family, thinking we might lose our house at any time for 7 years. Hopefully it'll be resolved soon.
As you can see, hundreds of people are ripped off because they are not financially literate. Don't become a statistic. Visit our website at financialconnects.org.